Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. My name is Yemmie, and today I want to show you how to make puff puff. This is a very simple recipe. I already have a puff puff video that has over 1 million views, and the results have been amazing. But I want to further simplify it for you. So if you're interested, keep watching. Please click the like button on this video and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the recipe. The measurements will be in the description box. For puff puff, we only need a few ingredients. This is all-purpose flour, like normal flour, baking flour that you find in the market. Just ask for normal baking flour. This is ground nutmeg. You can use whole nutmeg and then grate it. Whatever you find, use it. I'm using ground nutmeg. This is also ground sugar. You can adjust it according to your taste. This is active dry yeast. There are different types of yeast in the market. In my previous puff puff video, I used instant yeast. That yeast, you can just mix it with the flour, you don't need to proof. But this particular yeast, you have to mix it with warm water and sugar to activate it. You always have to do that, which is the first step we're going to do in the making of this puff puff. For those of you in Nigeria, instant yeast would be difficult to find. I've been looking for a while, I haven't found it. But this active dry yeast, which is baker's yeast, you will find it anywhere. To get the measurement right, we're going to use measurement cups. These are proper measurement cups and spoons. It helps you to measure 1 cup of rice. You can measure 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon, 2 tablespoons. You need to be accurate in your measurements so that you get the right results. You can see my setup. So this is what my measurement apparatus or setup looks like. First thing, we're going to activate the yeast, which is also known as proofing the yeast. You want to make it work. So this is warm water in a bowl or in a cup. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of yeast. The measurements I use for this recipe is in the description box. After putting yeast, you also have to add sugar because the yeast needs sugar to activate. It needs to work on something. So you always have to put sugar with the yeast. Mix the combination together, cover with a cloth or just a covering, and then put it in a warm place for about 5 minutes. While we're waiting for the yeast to proof, in a bowl, we're going to add some baking flour, the rest of the sugar for this recipe. You can always adjust the taste of the sugar to your own preference. Nutmeg. This gives it a nice flavor. Some people add cinnamon, but the traditional way is to add nutmeg. Stir everything together so that it is properly combined, and then we'll go get the yeast. This is what the yeast looks like after proofing. It is foamy at the top. As you can see, it has like really puffed up. It's now sprouting. This is how you know your yeast is active. If after 5 minutes you don't get anything, you need to discard that yeast because the yeast could be dead. Pour in the yeast into the flour, see what it looks like, and then mix everything together. You're going to combine together until you get something that is stretchy. You're also going to add the leftover water. So in the first instance, we use some of the water for the yeast to activate the yeast. So count that as the part of the water you're using to make this puff puff. So I'm just putting the water gradually. This is warm water, not cold water. You need warm water, not hot water, warm, tepid water. Like I said, the measurements will be in the description box. Please check the description box of this video. You'll find the measurements for this recipe. I'll give the recipe for this exact puff puff I'm making. I'm also going to give you the recipe if you are making for just one person. So that's just one portion of puff puff. I'm going to give you the recipe for that as well. So check the description box. I'm just going to mix this for a few seconds just to make sure it is properly combined. The next step is to cover with a clean cloth and put it in a warm place for about 35 minutes. I'm going to put mine in the oven. My oven is not on. I remember one time like this, I just turned on the oven just a bit so that it can warm up before I put my puff puff. Brethren, I used plastic bowl that day. By the time I came back, the whole bowl of puff puff had melted in the oven. So please don't be like me, don't make that mistake. Once you take it out of the oven or from the one place you've kept it, mix it. What you're going to get is like a stretchy batter. It's a bit stiff, it's not runny. It needs to be a bit stiff so you can mold your puff puffs. You can see the way my batter looks. It is stretchy, it is just a bit firm. It's not liquidy, okay? I'm sure from the video you can tell what this looks like. I'm just trying to describe to the best of my ability, and I hope you guys get this right. I've had 1,000,001 failed puff puffs, so this is my ministry. I'm trying to make sure you guys get it as good as I started getting it. There are some people that I believe are born with the skill of molding puff puff with their hands. I have tried. My puff puff comes out round, but it stresses me. Like, I'm always like, am I doing my fingers right? But I have discovered this hack. I use this measurement cup to scoop my puff puff. I dip that small round part in oil, and then I scoop my puff puff and I get fairly round puff puff. Try it. To fry puff puff, you need a deep, wide pan. So I'm using my wok for this, and you need a lot of vegetable oil. You can't shallow fry puff puff, please. If you're going to eat puff puff, come with your chest and eat puff puff. I don't believe there is a healthy way to eat puff puff, so you have to deep fry this. Make sure the cooker is set to medium-high heat. You don't want it to be too hot. If it is too hot, your puff puff will burn and not cook on the inside. If it is not hot enough, your puff puff will soak oil, and that is not good. So make sure your temperature is just right so that you get awesome results. I kind of liken puff puff to first children, the first batch that I do, because I feel like first children, they're used as the trial versions, and by the time you have the second child, you know the right thing to do and things just kind of fall into place. So this is my trial version of puff. If you agree with me on the firstborn issue, please click the like button or leave a comment. This is me coming from a firstborn perspective. As you can see from the video, some will automatically flip some of the bowls, while some you'd have to manually flip them yourself. So don't worry if they're not flipping, just try to move things around so that one end of the puff puff is not getting burnt while the other is not getting love at all. When you take out the puff puff, place it on a sieve or a strainer so that the oil will strain. You can put it on a kitchen tissue. That's what I do so that most of the oil will leave the puff puff. And then just enjoy. Puff puff is delicious while hot. This is what my puff puff looks like. I hope you guys try this recipe. I know you're going to get it right. When you do, please leave me comments. Even now, leave me comments. Click the like button. It helps my channel, and share with your friends, especially in this time. A lot of people are trying to figure out how to make puff puff easily. So help them. I'll see you in my next video. You can also request recipes from me. Leave them in the comment section and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in my next recipe video. Bye!